Have you just stopped drinking and you realize this ain't easy? Or are you fairly new in your sobriety journey, feeling pretty good, but the thought of never drinking again feels really hard and you're wondering, will sobriety get any easier? Like for good? Hey, what's up? I'm Ali and welcome back to my channel. I've been sober for the last 6 years and today I am spilling the tea on when sobriety gets easier. Let's spill the sobriety. As always, a disclaimer, I'm not a health professional or an addiction specialist. This video and channel is my take on sobriety as someone who has had several years of sobriety under her belt. If you need any help with substance abuse, please seek professional help, and I promise it gets better. I promise. Okay, let's spill the tea. When does sobriety get easier? The truth is that this will vary from person to person, and this will also vary depending on how the person is handling this new lifestyle of sobriety. For my best tips on how to stay sober in early sobriety, definitely check out the link above for the full video. But if you're out there struggling and wondering when sobriety will get any easier, here's what the experts have to say. They share that the first few months are the hardest. This is because so much is happening in your body, mentally and physically, with the absence of alcohol. I mean, your body is processing so much in these first few months, trying to get used to this whole new way of life. And it's not always very comfortable. Many experts share that things like mood swings or feeling grumpy is very normal during this time. And this usually decreases anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. However, not everybody gets mood swings. I will say from my personal experience that the first month of not drinking, I felt so much relief that alcohol no longer had a hold over my life. I mean, it was an outpouring of gratitude and feeling like I was getting my life back in control. But after about a month, I did start to feel a little down, just because in social settings, I wouldn't have a drink to connect with people in the way that I used to. And I often felt like the oddball, just sitting down and, not drinking, but yeah, feeling like the oddball. This was all tough and a little bit sticky at times because I was learning to be a new me in this environment. For example, in like a business after hour settings where, many professionals and people are just having a drink after work and I'd be there and I wasn't drinking. So something like that. Trying to learn how to navigate those type of situations. This period was probably the toughest and it lasted about 2 to 3 months. But even though this was hard, I knew all throughout that my chapter of alcohol was done. Like I knew I was not going back to any of that mess. Look, I'm from the Virgin Islands and like we say down here, I was done data with alcohol, bam bam, gone with the wind. But here's a silver lining for anybody out there that feels like 2 to 3 months just feels like an eternity. 3 words, it gets easier. Here's what I recommend. Look at your sobriety journey in small chunks. Like, don't drive yourself crazy trying to think 6 months, a year, like for the rest of your life. Look at it in small chunks. Take things literally day by day. Again, please go to my video if you are struggling with any part of this because it walks you through how to get through early sobriety where you could just take things one day at a time. You'll soon find that preparing for your sobriety one day at a time will soon turn to several days. And eventually this gets easier and easier and it just becomes a way of life. Are there still hard moments? Yes, for sure. But you get stronger in the process. You learn in the process. And it's the preparation from one day at a time and building from that guides you through. I remember in my first year of sobriety, preparing for the holiday season, and I was I was in the very early, the 2 to 3 months, the toughest parts of sobriety was coming right up on the holiday season for me. And I remember mentally thinking into my mind and going through the motions, how was I gonna turn down a drink? Because I wasn't telling everybody like in the world that I wasn't drinking anymore, just a few people. So I knew that I would probably get approached with, hey, do you want a drink? So I prepared for how to turn down a drink, gracefully and, not crazy. I also prepared for moments where I'm seeing people drink and they're cheersing and they're doing, all the things, whatever, and I'm not a part of it. I thought to myself, how am I going to handle my emotions when I see things like that and maybe I feel left out of the loop, blah, blah, whatever, right? Like I mentally prepared for all of that. I also really told myself, maybe I don't have to stay like super long, in these different types of settings. and tell people in advance, hey, I'm coming by, I'm not sure how long I could stay, just so that I had an out if I needed it. So just things like that to help prepare, to get through different social settings. And I think that really helped me in early sobriety. I think doing this really helped me in early sobriety, but it also helped me get through those times where I definitely thought, like, is this gonna get any easier? Prepared for everything in advance, and then that way I could get through those times, and I just felt so much more grounded in my sobriety journey. Okay, here's something to keep in mind if you're out there wondering, when will sobriety get any easier? First of all, be proud of yourself. You are already sober, and you are making so much progress. I'm here to tell you, I am proud of you. 2, if you are feeling that sobriety is getting hard, keep in mind that this is a sign you are making progress. You need these life experiences and these growing pains, if you will, to acclimate to this new lifestyle. Think of yourself like an athlete. Athletes need reps to get stronger and to get better at what they're trying to accomplish. Okay, so as time goes on and you feel like this is getting harder, you are right there. You are doing a fantastic job. Stay the course because you are getting stronger. And 3, remember, it will get easier. I can't tell you that it's gonna get easier in month 2 or month 3 or 5 or maybe week 2, week 5, but I will tell you it will get easier. And there are gonna be moments throughout this journey where it feels harder, and then some moments of relief. Some moments where you're like, yes, I feel so good about myself, and I do feel stronger. I'm getting through some of these life situations, and I'm okay, right? You are gonna feel good, and you are gonna feel that, you're gonna just feel that joy and that inner knowing that you are on the right path. And before you know it, you're gonna find yourself on a path that sobriety has become so integrated in your life that you don't even think about it as much. And again, I can't tell you when that's going to be, but when that time comes, my goodness, it doesn't mean that everything goes out the window, but you will look around and you'll think, man, this is so cool. Like, wow, you've really changed your life. And I'm gonna spill a little more tea here really quick, because here's a secret that nobody really talks about in sobriety. Sobriety gets better every year. Like, it's wild. Every year you feel these layers come off. It's almost like you feel like a Jedi that just gets more and more wiser about yourself, how you see the world, your perspective on things. Sobriety gets better every single year. It's literally the gift that keeps on giving. So if you're struggling, stay the course. Again, it gets easier. And not only does it get easier, it gets better. So here's my question of the day. What has been your biggest aha moment in sobriety? Put your answer in the comments below. And please share this video if you feel it could help anyone. If you want to hear what was the hardest part of my journey in early sobriety, click the video below and I will see you there.